I'm on my bullshit again, yeah. Don't get it twisted. Wait. I'm on day 134. Hold on. 118, 451. I didn't even do that shit yet. We live, ain't I? I'm tripping. So I am every bit of live on goddamn Instagram. Not Instagram, everywhere. The YouTubes and shit. I didn't know that shit was all fucked up. Control V. Come on. Paste, you son of a bitch. There we go. Alright. Let's start that. Where is... Here we go. Let's go ahead and start that. Shit. The game about to start. Let's go ahead and start that. Alright. The levels is all good. The levels is good.
Okay. Big man, you want to hear some hot takes? Let's see how woke you are. You know something about podcasts? Hell, diga man. You kidding me or what, man? I got these 3 drunk uncles with a sports podcast. They say they got fire takes, pure fuego. You find them wherever you listen to podcasts at. If it's what they say it is, you like and you subscribe. Listen, like, and subscribe, yeah. You know how to call into the show? Yeah, man, do the Podbean app. You'll need headphones with a mic to call in. That's no problem, man. They'll also be at Sharky's, 8:07 p.m. on the first Wednesdays of the month. You may get some free Blue Chew. And they keep receipts, so if anything happens in the sports world, MyT's gonna drop a take faster than a rabbit gets fucked. There's only 3 things I have in this world. My word, my blogs, and this podcast. And I don't break them for nobody. MyT Sports Season 7.
And why the fuck is my dude leaking? Here we go again. Same old shit, dog, just a different day. Good evening, and welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I am your host, the one and only Talento Mandela. Yo, it is another Fuego day in the hottest city in the world. We're coming at you live and direct once again down here from South Florida. It is officially July 1st. Yes, folks, it's officially July, which means my birthday is just about 16 days away, which means the birthday party at Sharky's for the birthday brunch is 16 days away. Folks, we said we have a current temperature right now of 83 degrees. It is mostly clear. I'm trying to remember if we had any rain today where I was at. 50% chance of rain. You know, we still got a little bit of time. I got to get the ball, out to the wing. It's another Fuego day in the hottest city in the world, folks. It's another Fuego day right here on the MyT Sports Podcast, folks. We ain't going to be here for a long time, right? But I ain't going to lie to you. Actually, let's get right into it, folks. We got a whole lot to get into today, right? Like seriously, like what the fuck is going on in Charlotte? What the fuck is going on in Brooklyn? We're gonna talk about Brittany Griner. We're gonna talk about Brittany Griner again, as she continues to have 134th day of wrongful detention. We're gonna get into a little bit of Knicks talk today. We're gonna give you guys a Blue Chew code to get through your 4th of July weekend. We're going to get over all that and more in what is only going to be a 1-hour podcast for you guys today. I know you want to wait 1 hour. 1 hour? Wait, how long do you normally go for? We normally go for 3 long hours. You know what I'm saying? I understand that ladies out there were like, yo, we don't want no 1 hour pod. Like, yo, we want a 3 hour pod, man. So that's what I'm giving you. We don't want no hour pod. So that's what we doing over here. All right, we could get into all that and more, right, in a little bit on the podcast. But you guys already know what we say, right? Regardless of, I see you, Lou. Regardless of that time.
You play to win the game. Hello?
I think my DJ is drunk. All right, regardless of the time and regardless of the weather, coach.
You play to win the game. Hello?
It's always a good time to talk some sports. So let's start talking. Woo! Back at it like a sports fanatic. MyT Sports. Yes, folks. Again, if you're wondering why am I so distracted, what the fuck am I looking at? I'm playing a game of 2K. And you know what? I think I'm playing the guy that's slippery off ball. Pause. I just realized what one of his badges are for all my 2K heads out there. But seriously, because it's hard to get a beat on this. Pause. It's hard for me to stay in front of the person that I'm guarding. I've told one of my friends this before, right? That if you don't know shit about sports and didn't realize that they were talking sports do like the sports terminologies that are out there and what the fuck is going on, like these motherfuckers do be kind of sounding gay sometimes. Like you just don't realize it because it's so good. Like this shit ain't gay, but then somebody that ain't a sports fucking person, he had a hand in his face. Listen to that shit and see how the fuck they feel from the outside looking in. Well, let's get right into the podcast today. I apologize to my birthday people. Right, you guys are not gonna get tagged on. You haven't gotten tagged on Facebook today for the birthday shout-outs. But for everybody that's been here before, if you're wondering what the fuck is I'm talking about, right? What we do is that we have a birthday party every single podcast, folks. And what that is that we have a little spotlight that we do where we give a shout out to everybody. We give a little shootout actually. We give a shout out to everybody that has a birthday since the last time that we were on air. So for us, that's gonna cover everybody from June 30th over to July 1st. Ayo, like my boy Chill Will likes to say, because you know he doesn't like to be left out of any podcast. Ayo, DJ MyT, drop that beat. Yeah, you like that? I like that. You like that? I like that. I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop. Yo, I'm sorry. I can't even help myself sometimes, right? But this is why you guys are here. Like I told you, it's always a good time, right? It's always a good time here on the MyT Sports Podcast, right? Well, let's get into it, right? Because, yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. 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 Because it's your birthday. We sing happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, damn it. I picked up my dribble? That sucks. Alright, so where we at? Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Alright, folks, let's go ahead and start giving the birthday shout outs. Right, the first birthday shout out we have is for the individuals with the birthdays on June 30th. And we only have one birthday for a birthday on June 30th, but you know what? We only need one birthday on June 30th because it is a very special birthday. Now, also, you guys, you remember, if you know anybody that happened to have a birthday yesterday or today, you go ahead and you drop them their names in the comments, right? And I will go ahead and give them a birthday shout out as well. Yesterday and today only. Like these motherfuckers from next week and these motherfuckers from last Tuesday, like fuck them. It's already too late. Their time has passed. It's no longer their time. It's no longer their moment. One moment in time. That's all they got was one. Okay? One. Sorry, I got Puff is that dude. Like let's not act like Puff is not that dude. Let's act like let's act like not for like a whole decade, Puff wasn't giving us like, and I'm saying a decade to be nice, right? Puff wasn't giving us bang after bang every single summer for us to jam to. You understand? Hence the summer jam. Foul. Right? So that's our birthdays for the 30th, right? Also, we want to give us. Oh wait, I didn't even tell you about the birthday. So the birthdays for the 30th I have is for one of my army buddies, right? One of my battle buddies, one of my army brethren. Get off me! Oh shit! One of my army brethren, Mitchell Howard. I wanna say that I met Mitch in Germany. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. I met Mitch in Germany, and that's when we formed our bond. Well, I don't think I'm trying to remember how long you came to Germany before I left. It was definitely had to be at least a good year though. I want to say it was at least a good year. So definitely a nice little birthday shout out over there to Mitchell Howard. You know what I mean, one of the Army's finest. Also, right, that's the only birthday that we have for June 30th. And you know what? Just like June 30th, July 1st is just as special as well. Because we only have one birthday for July 1st. Now I'm gonna let you guys know this real quick, right? It ain't gonna last like this. It really ain't. Like my niece got a birthday coming up pretty soon. I think her birthday's tomorrow. She'll get her birthday shout out on Monday, even though she low key got a name drop tonight. I love you. Right? Like, it ain't gonna last like this, where it's only like one name here, one name. What the fuck? That's the goddamn. Right, where there's only one name here and one name there. Like the most people that I know with a birthday are Cancers, right, and are in the month of July. Period. I should say, not just my Cancerian brethren and sister though. Get off me, stupid. Right. Right, so those aren't the only ones out there, right? But so that's a bunch of July people that I have, right? So don't worry, like it's gonna start picking up. You're gonna start seeing how many birthday shout outs we get. Actually, I want to say like this is around the time when my birthdays really start to pick. I think like July and August, if I'm not mistaken. I know I got a ton in April as well. I think April, right? I think that's when the Aries is. But that's also because I think I'm low key I'm low key attracted to Aries, or low key drawn. That's the word I'm looking for when I say attracted to. I'm low key drawn to Aries as well, as much as I am with Cancers. I don't know why Aries, but something about them. Like I got to have it. You understand how that goes. What happened to the birthday music? Yo, DJ MyT. I ain't tell you to cut that beat yet. There we go. Cause we got a birthday for today. We got a birthday today as well, right? And the birthday that we have today is for one grade A Chuck Davis. Now, grade A Chuck Davis, if you can tell by the name, is a wonderful entertainer, right? Brilliant entertainer that I met while working with Platinum Pro Wrestling. And while working with Platinum Pro Wrestling, I have had the pleasure and the honor of being able to announce and introduce Grade A to the ring on several occasions. And Chuck has been there for a while too, right? Like Chuck has been there for a while. I want to say that. When I say there for a while, I now kind of judge people based off of who was there the first year I was there. Not first calendar year. Like, in the first year. Because I started like in August. And I think I did 2 matches that year. So I think I kind of judge it by who was there for the first season beatings. And also who I was there with for the first summer meltdown as well. Which listen, a lot of people that I called from Summer Meltdown wasn't there as well, because I don't think I've done a match again with Treehouse Trolley and a couple of other people. I've done another one with damn, it's Sadiq. Is that I forget his name. Shit, that ain't good. But there's another one. But there's a couple of them. But grade A is definitely one of them that I've called since the very beginning, and up until the last 2 shows I've done, he's been there as well. 0.9 seconds left to go. About to be halftime. That's good. I need halftime. So, want to say happy birthday to Mitchell Howard. Want to say happy birthday to grade A Chuck Davis, right? We want to wish you all a happy birthday. We hope you party hard. We hope you enjoy everything. Hope you regret nothing. But more importantly, it's 4th of July weekend. So you get your weekend at Bernie's on, and you continue to stay You see how them shoulders get relaxed? T. Now, DJ MyT, you may cut that beat. There we go. Alrighty. Shit. Good. Fucking shit. It's like they don't want me to get closer. It's like he's a fucking magnet. It's like it's two opposite. It's like two same sides of the magnet trying to get attracted to each other. Like that shit just ain't working. Like every time I try to get close, like it's like the fucking game pushes me away. That's why I feel like he has elusive off, elusive while being off ball. Bang it. Come on, Missy. Banger. There we go. Missy be putting it down. I'm the hottest round. I told you motherfuckers. Yeah, freaking Nicky Fran. But that is what she told us technically. Let's get into our first topic of the day, right? And let's get into, that's not even our first topic. Let's get into our MyT topic. Let's get into the topic of the day, folks. And if you've been here with us for the last 120 days, then you already know what this. Ooh, shit! What a block! What a block! What a block! What a block! What a mighty good block! Say it again, y'all. Damn. I feel like how. Actually, I have a sound for that, but I don't have it loaded up. As you guys can see, my attention is a little torn, and I'm unable to just go about my ways and just look for all kinds of drops and sounders for. Where my man at? There you go. For days. Excuse me. Shit. But seriously, like when you say shit like that, that reminds me of. Hey, I ain't gonna find that. That shit reminds me of when Don Cheadle told Kevin Hart his age. That motherfucker just like came out of nowhere and gave him the illest of response. That shit was funny as fuck. Which, like, you have to understand too, right? When you're in the room with a comedian, right, the funny is always gonna come out. Right? Sometimes, whether they want you to not, it's like if you're in the room with a clown, right? A smart ass, like somebody else kind of always telling jokes. Like sometimes, like the smart remark or the funny ass remark is just going to surface. Motherfucker can't help themselves. And honest, ooh, you make that? Nope. Honestly, I believe that's what happened to Honestly, I think that's what happened to Kevin Hart. Like, he just heard that shit, and next thing you know, it's damn shit. What the fuck? I'm trying to get out of here. God damn. I really was trying to get out of there. My dude was stuck. It was so crazy too, right? Cause I'm talking to my boy, and I knocked out 2 games before. Yeah, listen, I ain't gonna lie. I knocked out 2 games before I got up here. All right, and I was trying to get this shit started, but I banged out 2 games earlier, right? While I was talking to him, right? Nothing. But that's different though, right? I guess that is a little bit different. Like that's almost kind of normal, to be able to like just talk to somebody normal, and while I talk to him normal, while I do my rec. Oh, that is some grade A bullshit. As we're talking about grade A grade A Chuck Davis's birthday. That was some grade A bullshit. That looks like the shit that you be serving up when you getting ready to when you getting ready to do your finishing move. Like that was grade A all the way. it just foul. I normally draw fouls on those. Out of bounds. That's what you get, bitch. I need to stop taking this shit so personal. Okay, so let's go ahead and really just get into our MyT topic of the day.
MyT!
Right, like I said, if you've been here with us before, right, our MyT topic of the day has been the same thing that we have talked about for the last 120 days, and we've been talking about it for the last 120 days because this is an event that's been going on for the last 134 days. What event is that? Well, that is the wrongful detention of one Brittany Griner. Yes, folks, if you guys have not realized it by now, Brittany Griner has officially been wrongfully detained. Is this the word what was the word I got earlier? She's a hostage of diplomacy. That was it. That was the word. She's been a hostage of diplomacy for the last 134 days.
Damn.
Exactly. That's off. That's off too. Shit. I know it's been a long time. Now her trial has continued as of today. I know we told you guys that yesterday she started trial. So her trial has continued. As of right now, from what we have heard, right, is that there's being no plea bargain or anything like that being given to Brittany Griner. They have not allowed any of the Western media into the courtroom. And honestly, I don't know if they normally allow media in their courtroom at all, right? But if they're specifically saying that they didn't allow any Western media, then it makes me feel like some media was allowed in, just not, as you can see, the Americans, all right? And other Western continents and shit, countries. So not only has she not gotten to a plea, but right now, as it currently stands, court has currently been adjourned for right now. They will be reconvening on Thursday. And remember, they don't recognize it's not like they got 4th of July to celebrate, right? So it's not like so for the people be like, oh, okay, like, you know, I can, like, Thursday. I mean, you probably thought I was gonna say Tuesday or some shit, right? Maybe, and if I would have said Tuesday, it would have made sense to you, because you're just thinking about how you're celebrating your shit. As we're celebrating freedom, or as we're gonna be selling a big portion of freedom, you know what I mean? Some of that freedom, or even I myself, you know what I mean, has helped this country attain, right? But as we celebrate freedom this weekend, she will not be celebrating that freedom. And if I'm not mistaken, I think maybe her fiance or wife, she may have a birthday this week as well, or over this weekend as well, some shit like that. As well as it being 4th of July weekend. That's, I think her anniversary was coming up, and she been trying to arrange a phone call. No, that was the anniversary. This is the birthday I'm thinking about now. So yeah, it has nothing to do with any kind of 4th of July weekend. Remember, she's being wrongfully detained in another country, and that's in Russia. Russia isn't celebrating America's independence. Russia has tried to enslave and conquer America. Like, they ain't wishing shit about our independence. But Brittany Griner has again been continues to be wrongfully detained there. If you don't know about all of Brittany Griner's accomplishments, right? Like, I know some of you made this think like, okay, I know Brittany Griner, the pillar of the LGBT community and the WNBA star as well, the mega superstar by today's standards, right? She definitely warrants a max contract, right? But not only is she also a champion and a now 8-time All-Star, she is a 2-time scoring leader. She is a 4-time NBA first. No. Yeah, 4-time NBA. No. 3-time NBA first and second team. 4-time NBA defensive team. 3-time NBA second team on team defense. She's been the rebounding leader 8 times. You understand how dope that is? 2-time scoring leader and the rebound leader 8 times. Well, I was at the block leader. Hold on. See? My phone knows when shit goes awry. I tell you, my phone ain't always there when I call, but it's always on time. So, it's an 8-time block leader. Okay, I was right. But 2-time defensive player of the year. She's the NCAA champion. Most outstanding player, AP player of the year. She was the high school, she was the high school player of the year as well. I tell you, she's been balling. She's been legit. That is our sports megastar, superstar. Like I said, she's also a megastar because it's also what she represents too off the field as well. That's what really makes her that megastar, right? And with her also being one of the faces of the LGBT community. But it's good to see her really getting the support that she is going to get these days. I feel like we have done our portion here on the MyT Sports Podcast, right? I feel like we have done our portion here, and what we have been attempting to do this whole entire time is just make sure that she's not forgotten. And I feel like now we finally gotten to a point where you can't turn on sports. You can't turn on sports, right? Especially sports radio or sports talk television for a day without it being mentioned. Now, you can turn on your show, maybe. But you can't go a day without hearing it mentioned. You can't go on Twitter now without seeing her trending. Right? Every single day. So I feel like we've gotten to our initial point of satisfaction, where we was just trying to make sure that she was mentioned more frequently than she was when we first picked up this mantle and started carrying it. And also just let people know that while the it's funny, while the old media and I don't know how many individuals with their new media platform, right? While the old media had been given a gag order, right? I was here to tell you that us here, did he get the charge? Us here in the new media, we will not go for it, right? We refuse to be silenced, and we will let everybody that has the ability, that our voice has the ability to reach to, let them know about how long Brittany Griner has been wrongfully detained over trumped up weed charges, right? And what she has been detained for, and how she has been treated. We wanted the first to make sure we took up that mantle here on the MyT Sports Podcast. Like I said, this has been day 120 for us of consistently talking about her. We talked about her since day one. But what ended up happening was that a time frame had passed, and we started realizing that nobody was mentioning her. It's almost like they forgot about her, and we wasn't gonna let her be forgotten. But we ended up learning that there was a gag order. There was kind of a gag order being made because they didn't like we said before. What's the term we used earlier? Right? She was a hostage of diplomacy. Right? That they were trying to not make her seem like she was bigger of a deal than what she was, because they didn't want Russia to try to utilize her for more leverage. And all of that still ended up not working. They knew because also, right, this is sometimes when you're trying to play checkers with like you trying to play checkers with chess motherfuckers. Like you worried about this one little thing and they've already put you in check. They're like, the thing that you're worried about, we really don't care about. We still gonna push this out there regardless of how badly you decide to fight for her, how important you try to make her look or anything like that. We're looking to get our illegal arms dealer. And this whole entire thing from the very beginning, regardless of the kind of clout was going on, Johnny, regardless of the kind of clout that she had, was always in regards to that. That's the reason why we came here today, and we were like, you know what? We have a new word for you, hostage of diplomacy, or a new phrase, and that's what she is. She's a diplomatic hostage at this point in time. But she's going to trial, and if she is found guilty, she can face 10 years in jail. So again, we continue to ask you guys, right, to do the most that most of us are able to do. Right, there is a petition on change.org to continue to put pressure on the government to go ahead and see if they can try to apply more pressure, use more tactics to try to get free Brittany Griner. Listen, I'll be surprised if they exchange that illegal arms dealer for Brittany Griner. Like, to be honest with you, like, if I see that shit, I'm gonna be surprised. Just saying that is highly unlikely. She doesn't hold any military positions or positions in Congress or in government. I find it kind of hard pressed to say that they would trade her for an illegals arm dealer. But let's do what we ultimately wanted, the ultimate goal here, and that is to keep her in your thoughts and prayers, right? Continue to feed positive energy her way, right? So that she and hopes that she can make a speedy recovery home, but also so that she can make a safe recovery home as well. All right, so let's continue to march on, right? And let's talk about our first topic of the day, all right? We talked about already all the different ways that my voice may be coming to you guys. However you guys are listening, I really do appreciate it. Wherever you're watching on Facebook, or you're watching on Twitter, you're watching the behind the scenes camera on Instagram. You Instagram people, that's the behind the scenes camera, right? You're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on Podbean Live, Podbean is how we get our callers in. So if you ever want to call into the podcast and join it, right? Look at the link. Look for the link in the bio, the Linktree link. Go ahead and hit that link up. Then you'll see the links where you're able to call into the podcast. It's gonna require you to download the Podbean app if you don't have it already. But that is the way to call into the podcast so that your voice can be heard right where my voice is, right about here. Like, this can be you talking instead of me rambling on about ways that you could be talking, right? You can also watch us on Twitch as well. If you have Amazon Prime, that means you have Twitch as well. Like, what the fuck is a Twitch? Listen, it don't matter what Twitch is. If you have Amazon Prime, that means you got Twitch Prime. Go ahead and download Twitch and you subscribe to it on Twitch. It's a paid subscription for me. That's what I get registered at. So if you like your boy over here, right? Don't like, just don't share, just don't comment, just don't subscribe so you can hear that bing bong. Go ahead and do that shit on Twitch as well. It means a lot for the numbers. We trying to crack the matrix over here. Trying to catch up to the big boys. Trying to mess with the big boy. I'm trying to fuck with the big pots. I'm trying to pick up. You understand? Oh man, but seriously, let's get into our first topic of the day. Because like I said, we don't have a long podcast for you. We just have a really good podcast for you. And honestly, this podcast is for you guys. Because I'm supposed to be packing right now, right? So we go to Orlando. Supposed to be getting up at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning for this shit to take that drive. And I was like, I can't let a recording day pass. Even though I told you guys you may not get a podcast today. And I told you that you may not get a podcast till Wednesday at that as well. I cannot let a recording day pass and not address what the fuck we just heard about last night. Like, what just happened, folks? The trade deadline happened, right? Or the trade deadline came, and we heard about all these rumblings, all of these rumors, all of these what ifs, all of the things that could have happened, possibly happened, all of the numbers, all of the possibilities, all of the scenarios. And we thought some big shit was happening already, right? We thought some big shit was happening already. Guys like John Wall, we heard rumors about him being moved, right? We heard Bradley Beal. We heard about Bradley Beal opting out. Like, that was already rumoring. Heard about Kyrie wanted his trade, but then opting in. That was already out. That was happening. Actually, when we were out, I don't even know if he opted in by the time we was on the air on Wednesday. We heard about Russell Wilson opted into his contract. So there was a lot of moves. What we heard, we were like, okay, there's some pieces happening around. Like, we see the chessboard starting to open up a little bit, right? And then Woj did what Woj does. And you can't be mad at Woj for this, Because Woj just did his job and dropped the bomb. I dropped the bomb on you, baby. And it came out, and honestly, it came out and they said Kevin Durant has requested a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. And I feel like the basketball world paused on its axis for a brief moment, just so we could have a collective, what the fuck is going on in Brooklyn? I know I'm not the only one that was like, what the fuck is going on in Brooklyn? What the hell is happening up there? And it all started to come together, right? We had this ominous suspicion when Kyrie Irving re-signed his contract based off the verbiage that he used that, you guys won't give me, like, I can't get a 4-year contract anywhere. There's no real trade. There's no real trade market for me out there. Okay, I'll opt in for this year. I'll be here. I'll be here at the beginning of the training camp. That's about it. Maybe. And the very next day, Kevin Durant asked for a trade. I'm gonna tell you this. LeBron James may be the ultimate ship jumper. Kevin Durant's the ultimate dick rider. Like, seriously. Like, it makes me wonder if this was part of Kyrie's big old, you know what I mean? Like his big old plan that he insinuated that he was concocting. But now Kevin Durant comes out and he says that he wants to go. And that could be just because, honestly, because Kyrie Irving wants to go. Or maybe he doesn't like what Brooklyn has become or the culture of Brooklyn. Because Brooklyn did everything that you guys wanted. But more so, especially when Kevin Durant came onto the scene, right? And he was talking about he's healthy. Right? It empowered Kyrie Irving, remember? Remember Kevin Durant wanted to come to onto this team? Right? Kenny Atkinson was the coach. Had the Brooklyn Nets team in the playoffs for the last 2 years. Spencer Dinwiddie was over here averaging 20-something points per game. That's the reason why this is twice now. While a team was doing well with the point guard that they had, Boston with Isaiah Thomas, and in Brooklyn with, I just forgot his name, Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie, also the first NBA player to have a portion of it paid to him in NFTs, if I'm not mistaken, or Bitcoin or something like that. One of the you know. So, Spencer Dinwiddie, just like Isaiah Thomas, was balling at this position, and here goes a team, and also here goes a team thinking that, hey, I can bring in Kyrie Irving, and from what he can do, he can look a whole lot better in his offense, and our team can be better. And that's the portion they can convince them. Yes, Kyrie can look good in your offense from how you run, and what you're allowing this current point guard to do. But will your team be better? Au contraire, mon frere. Because, see, you were looking at Kyrie Irving as if he was a leader. And the only place that I know that Kyrie can ultimately lead you to is off the edge of the earth. I don't know him to be a leader on the court of basketball. I've always known him to require somebody to lead him. We've said this for years here on the podcast. The story of of Kyrie Irving too often gets overshadowed by the story of LeBron James. And that's because people forget how bad and how many first-round draft picks that Cleveland Cavaliers team had as Kyrie Irving as their leader. How many times they made the playoffs was as Kyrie Irving as their leader. See, that's something that's always been there. But they thought, you know what? We're Boston. This should have been the red flag for you, Brooklyn. And we've been talking about this since day one. If Boston's culture could not put up with Kyrie Irving, could not deal with Kyrie Irving, contain him, keep him satisfied, what the fuck made you think your shaky ass culture in Brooklyn was gonna do when you just got that shit started? You understand everything that you worked so hard for, all of those chess moves to get draft picks in, getting D'Angelo Russell on the cheap because he was a toxic piece in LA, then flipping him for draft picks over to Minnesota, getting Spencer Dinwiddie because he was a dash rare player as well, making him into a 20-point per game player, and then constantly doing this over and over again. Taking on a few bad contracts here and there. Getting players kind of cheap that you normally wouldn't get because they just quite ain't doing it how they supposed to be doing it where they're from or where they're at. So you got them here in Brooklyn, and then you got a studier and a teacher, and you got a teacher and a studier of film. You got yourself somebody that can develop players, that watches film, holds his players accountable, makes them practice so they can get better every day. And you didn't want that. Well, Kevin Durant wanted that guy. He said he really liked Atkins. He really liked him. It's part of the reason why he came to Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving, we don't need somebody to try to implant their coaching schemes on us. We can all be coaches. See, Kyrie Irving always wants to do his own thing. He is a guy that beats to the beat of his own drum. And in every aspect of his life, he wants to not just remind you that he walks to a different tune, but even if it means compromising the people that he made promises to, he will continue to walk his path because it's convenient for him. This is why he's not a leader. See, leaders do things that aren't convenient for them. They do the inconvenient stuff that are better for not just himself, but also for the team. I'm telling you, one shot. If I had one wish, it will be that Kyrie Irving shot never went in. If I had one wish, one wish, one wish, one wish. Oh yeah, I want to pee on you. Let me stop. But seriously, if I had one wish, it would be that Kyrie Irving shot never went in, because one shot has redefined his whole career, or redefined his whole career up until right now. See, that one shot, the opportunity to be able to call himself champion. See, I've been hearing this come out way too often lately. Right? And I find it funny that this is and maybe it's coming out lately because it is a story that people are applying to James Harden, Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant. But more importantly, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. That these were guys that they were great talents. Even Allen Iverson, I heard this about too. And they were great talents, right? Hall of Famers. Now imagine if they loved the game. I've heard this now in reference to a baseball player. I've heard this now in reference to a football player. Was it a football player or a hockey player? No, a football player. I've heard this in reference now to a hockey player. And I've heard this in reference to Allen Iverson, who doesn't have a chip, because I was throwing in a chip in there. But definitely Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, Ben Simmons, right? James Harden, they all fall in this category where they may be Hall of Famers one day. I don't know about Ben Simmons. But a lot of these guys are future Hall of Famers one day. Right? We consider that, we think that Kevin Durant, they put Kevin Durant is probably going to be one of the top 5 players of all time by the time he's done because of his skill set as a 7-footer. Handle, shooting, everything. What about that cortisone, me? What about that? What about your lorta, mijo? What about your lorta, mijo? That motherfucker got tan lines? I want to know about that because now it's definitely started to apply to these guys. Imagine if they loved the game. Like, truly loved it. Not loved it at their own convenience. Not loved it when it was a payday. Not loved it when it's a pay year. Not, you know what I mean? Not loved it when you were just repping the perks of it, but loved it when you have to practice. Loved it when you're in the gym at 3 o'clock in the morning. Loved it when you're in the ice tub. You know what I mean? Loved it when you're honestly, and it happens when you're out of town and you're missing birthdays, you're missing anniversaries, you're missing special holidays, you're missing special days. Love it then. See, I guess us as fans a lot of times, maybe we don't. It's also on us that we don't allow athletes to be human in this sense here, right? Because in all walks of life, we all have a job, and we all know there's a good portion of the people that we work with that they don't love that job. They ain't sacrificing nothing for that job. They clock in at 8, they clock out at 5. You don't get a minute more from them. I don't care if it's overtime or not. You don't get anything extra out of me. You don't get anything less out of me. They just do just enough to keep their job, and they've been there for a decade or 2. And you would think that, damn, you must love this job if you've been here that long. Nope. I just know how to do it. It's just what I'm good at. It's my field of expertise. It's where I make my money at. We don't like to sometimes put ourselves, while we try to find a lot of comparisons between us and athletes to relate to them, where we don't like to relate to them at is when it comes to their work ethic. And the fact that they may have a work ethic of that average motherfucker that you have at your job. Like that motherfucker at your job that you think, damn, how the fuck are you still here? See, we expect it to be different because of how much they're getting paid. But then you have to be realistic. We know people that make 6 figures and are miserable at their jobs. The amount of money you make does not mean that you're happy with your job. And just because your job is a sport doesn't mean that you have to like all of the things that go along with it. Because basketball is a sport. The NBA is a job. See, basketball is a sport. The NBA is the job of basketball. See, some players love basketball. They hate the job of it. They hate the job of sports. They just want to go out there and play. See, imagine if they loved it. I've been hearing this way too much. Imagine if Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant never won a ring. Because I honestly believe that the reason for their petulant behavior, right, and their tantrums is because they got rings. Now we gotta start holding them accountable to how you got rings. For the way that you want to be treated, you ain't the man on in the streets. Yeah, I mean, Kevin Durant, you helped Golden State become unbeatable, but they were champions before you. They've been champions after you. They didn't need you. They just did better than Harrison Barnes. It just so happened when they pulled the crank down on that goddamn slot machine, they came up jackpot. It could have, listen, they could have gotten 3 turkeys and been perfectly okay, as we just saw from this last championship. But you know what I mean? When the biggest turkey in the bunch just comes stumbling into your backyard, well, you know what? It's Thanksgiving dinner. And that's what they got off of you. They got Thanksgiving dinner twice. And now look at you over there playing the role of Timmy. Quitting on your team, sitting out there in the corner talking about, please sir, can I have some more? Do you have any more of these rings? Any more playoff victories? Please sir. What the fuck is going on in Brooklyn? I'm gonna tell you what though, as we're coming out to about the last 10 minutes of the podcast, right? And we didn't even talk about any of the other trades and shit that happened. We're going to talk about all of that other stuff on Monday, maybe Wednesday, maybe Monday. New music, new gear, 2K. Oh, it's club time? 2K club time? Oh, shit. All right. I haven't even talked about any of these other trades, but we'll see if we come back and we talk to you on Monday, or if we talk again on Friday. If I give you something on Monday, it's gonna be something quick again. It's gonna be like another hour podcast, just to start talking some of these other moves. Because I have a list of moves already, of transactions that happened already. We'll see how many of these we actually get to. How many of these actually happen. Which ones happen. Some of these are about to happen probably. Like, I know we got a couple of pending. I think the Zion Williamson one is still pending. His Supermax deal for 5 years, $231 million. But I'm telling you, Kevin Durant's move is still interesting. And I'm going to tell you why, right? Without even going fully into all these other moves. If I'm not mistaken, yes. So these moves happened. DeJounte Murray was traded away for 3 first-round draft picks. DeJounte Murray. Somebody in the same category as... Yep, Jalen Brunson, JB. So, now I ask you, right? What is it going to take to get Kevin Durant? If it's taking 3 for guys like him, and we saw a trade earlier today. Man, so many trades. An actual trade. To a team that has a young squad that they need to start showing out too. Well, there was a trade today. And if I'm not mistaken, it may have involved about 8 different individuals between picks and actual players. Now, this individual is now along the lines of what you would of who you would compare to Kevin Durant as far as an asking price, and you could probably still get more than you got for him. And I just told you 8 players were exchanged. Believe it or not, Brooklyn may not be in the worst place that they can be. One portion of this thought just popped into my head. But I'm gonna tell you the part that's been here all day. Brooklyn is going to restock this team and restock it pretty well, or have the ability to restock this team pretty fast. The amount of draft capital and players that they're gonna get back for Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving is going to be astronomical. But it's going to feel like they barely broke even because of what they had to give away just to get James Harden and turn around and get Ben Simmons. Forgot Ben Simmons is on this team, right? Looking at it like, oh shit. I think this is my team now. Yeah, motherfucker. So I wonder, like, listen, it's going to be real. the amount of pieces it's going to take to get Kevin Durant off of there. But also Kyrie Irving. So they're going to get back a haul for both of them. And they're gonna have enough draft picks over the near future to get back everything that they need. Even enough draft picks to start even making some more moves again. Now the ironic thing I thought about. It'd be funny if they brought back Kenny Atkins, right? Because Kenny Atkins is on the bench now for the Golden State Warriors. I think it's Golden State Warriors, but he's on the bench for the Golden State Warriors as an assistant. And he's also the guy that also Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant forced out of there because they didn't want him in a sense, in a weird way. But remember, Kenny Atkins had a job offered to him in Charlotte, and he turned down that shit. And I wonder why. Because we keep hearing news about crazy shit going on in Charlotte. When we come back on the MyT Sports Podcast, whether that's Monday night, fuck it, I'm committed. Hopefully I'm not on the road. But Monday night, we don't talk about what the fuck is going on in Charlotte. That's the other half of this motherfucking coin. Outside of free agency going on. What the hell is going on with Michael Jeffrey Jordan's team? That's what I'm asking you. I don't care about Charlotte. I am asking you, what is going on with Michael Jordan's team and his players? They're wilding out there. And now somebody may have just killed his NBA career and maybe his rap career. Because you ain't Chris Breezy. Then you may not get off that likely. Yeah, I agree. So Kevin Durant has his list, right? And he's already catching slack for his wrist because just like when he went to Golden State, his list comprises of two of the best teams in the league. He wants to go to either Miami or Phoenix. And Miami is... Listen, if Miami had enough room, I figure they had enough space to go after Jalen Brunson. If they had $25 million to spare, that means they have $35 million. And they can maneuver and fandangle some shit. And I'm telling you, if Pat Riley sits down with him, I will not be surprised to see him down here in Phoenix, in Miami. Miami has a more sustainable culture than Phoenix does. I truly believe that. Because I still don't know what Devin Booker looks like as a leader. See? Devin Booker's storyline so far is being overshadowed by Chris Paul's with a sprinkle of a 71 point game in there. But Devin Booker's another person that didn't even sniff the playoffs before Chris Paul got there. They didn't even sniff it. Sniff it. Like what they do down here in South Florida. They ain't sniff it. And you know he still got the Jenner curse on him. Still understand how you fuck with that ugly. Like I'm just saying, like you guys remember what the fuck they looked like before the surgery, right? I mean, you're not. I'm just saying. Put it in a condom and dump some hot sauce in that bitch, is what I'm saying. So, Kevin Durant's list is already basically the two title contenders. The two other title contenders except for Milwaukee and Golden State. And you know he can't go back to Golden State, and I don't think Milwaukee has any room whatsoever. And he probably doesn't like it there. Wants to go to someplace probably nice and warm. Hear it again. Phoenix or Miami? That's his true list. Maybe the Clippers. If the Clippers find a way to Kevin Durant, I'll be ridiculous. I mean, that's how you know they're definitely going for LeBron James. But you hear how this goes now. Again, they'll be and who was on Kyrie Irving's list? Miami, Boston, New York, Phoenix, Lakers, Clippers, Philly, Lakers, Clippers, Phoenix. Whoa. I seen two that matches. That's not ironic. Isn't it ironic? Nope. How the world, nope. Isn't it ironic? Nope, no. Where Kyrie wants to go, nope. Isn't it ironic? At the Randy. Whoa. Be nice. Be nice. Remember what Coach said. And remember, you have to respect the bling. Remember what Coach says.
Let's talk to me nice, baby. National champ.
So Kevin Durant is already getting slapped for now being the biggest dick rider of them all. Cause now you went to a 73 wins Golden State team, and when you couldn't get it done with James Harden and Russell Westbrook, or I didn't Russell Westbrook, instead of sticking it out there, you decided to pull the LeBron route. See LeBron, what you started? Go to Brooklyn, but like, you know what? I'm the guy that learned from Stephen Curry. I'm teaming up with a guy that learned from that learned from LeBron James. Those are two guys that were facing each other in a championship for 4 years straight. We bring what we know to this game because we're so smart now and so great that we can do what LeBron James does. Do when there's two of us and there's only one of him. And we could bring this team to the promised land and win a championship. And what you do? It's been 4 years and you've been into the first round and you've been swept. You've been in the first round once and swept another time. All right, first round once and swept another time. Yeah, you understand? Got me in Philly, Manila. You understand? Niggas got swept in the playoffs. You understand? You won the same game as the Knicks. You understand? Man, you about to make me bust a lick. You understand? Your middle neighbors might as well be tricked. You understand? I ain't gonna come out yeah. You understand? Had to go and scratch that itch. You understand? Cause you'd be mad if I called you up. You understand? So his list already now is already being dissected. And I'm telling you right now, I really hope that Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant I hope they have officially helped destroy the LeBron James super team legacy thing. Where now all these guys are thinking about super team. Everywhere I go, nigga, super team. Every other year is a super team. Where did KD go to a super team? Super team. Listen, he may clap back, but he's still on a super team. Oh man. So seriously, he's already getting flat. He's already catching static for teams that he's going to go to, and we know at this point in time. See, he's done now. Let me help build up a team that needs building up. Right? That's kind of that just got into the playoffs. They came from almost nowhere. He's done with that. Now look at his teams, Miami and Phoenix. So far over the last couple of years, established cultures, Miami more than Phoenix's. I still don't know how stable Phoenix's culture is without Chris Paul. That's where he wants to go to now. And listen, if he goes to Phoenix and helps them win a ring, that is going to be a different thing than coming down to Miami and helping them get a ring. But because Miami has been so close for so many years now, right? It's been some time now that Miami's been beating their head against the wall. And we all know that he probably could have went to Miami the first time. But we all know that nobody wants to go follow in LeBron James' footsteps. Even though by you leaving your team and trying to build a super team, you're following LeBron James' footsteps. Right? That's the only reason why Miami becomes a destination for some of these guys to go to. That's the reason why Jimmy Butler didn't give a fuck about going to Miami. He don't give a fuck about what you guys say about anybody's footsteps. It's like when Jimmy Butler walks, there's only one set of footprints in the sand. As in his other hand is a big old bag of a big bean coffee. And underneath the other hand is whatever reporter is carrying him. He's a pimp. He ain't walking in no goddamn sand. He gets carried through that motherfucker, do whichever chick he's smashing at the top. Now, I'm gonna tell you this in a weird way. In a weird way, I think I want him to come to Miami. Because then it can show you that any superstar can come down here, join this. Any superstar can come down here with the when his team already has at least a star or two on it, with the culture that they have and win a championship. And if Kevin Durant comes to Miami, I really hope they do it in their first year. Now, there's a trick to this, right? There's a little added caveat. And that is Kevin Durant saying that, no, even though Kyrie and I asked him to be traded, like, we still want to play on the same team, just not in Brooklyn. You mean the very same Brooklyn that you said was, oh, they're cool now? They're the cool team to go to? That they're more fun than the Knicks? Right? That's the team that you no longer that you don't want to play with Kyrie Irving on? What happened? The team that had the great culture, that had the great coach that you've been watching tape with and you was watching tape on? Like that guy? Like what happened? Like, I wanna know what turned you off. I said, I wanna know. Seriously. I really want to know. I mean, from the bottom of my heart, I want to know.
Don't you regret not coming to the Knicks?
And now I'm going to tell you this, we don't want you. Go on about your business, Benjamin. Go on. Which, Knicks fans, you see how you've been all upset in arms and stuff like that? Let me put you on the game real quick. You do realize Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, and a couple other guys with a bunch of draft picks and can land us Kevin Durant. We weren't going after Kevin Durant. Nobody knew Kevin Durant was available. But you know what we are in, though? We're in a position that we can make an honest bid for him. Like, we're not stuck now, oh, we have all this and we're tied up in this and this. Nope. Now, Brooklyn is kind of, and we're gonna leave on this note, right? Brooklyn is kind of handicapped with some of the players that they can ask for. Like, if I'm not mistaken, they can't get DeAndre Ayton from Phoenix because Ben Simmons is on that team. Or is it Devin Booker? But this plays out for a lot of guys because they have Ben Simmons on their team. There's a lot of young superstars, a lot of young stars, right, and budding stars that you think automatically that would be a piece that they would ask back for. They can't get them because of the clause that got Ben Simmons there, and the fact that it has and the fact of the contract that he was in and how long he's been there. That it also puts an automatic roadblock on them getting other players in a similar situation. The New York Knicks got a player like that too. Folks, that's our time. Let's let you guys know. Thank you again. Thank you. I appreciate it so much that you would take this time out, especially since it's so late. Right, on a 4th of July weekend. I anticipate most of you guys are out. So if you listen to the podcast right before you're about to go out, thank you again. Especially if you're catching it live. Oof. I do this for you. I do this for you. You know what I'm saying? You're all that I need. I'll be there for you. If you keep it real with me, I keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying? But again, folks, you enjoy your 4th of July weekend. There was something else There was something else. Oh, folks, before you go away, let me give you your Blue Chew promo code. What's Blue Chew? Blue Chew, it is. Blue Chew happens to be a little blue pill that can get you back in your throat. All you gotta do is open up a pack and head straight to the sack. Just a few chews before you do. Right, this thing has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so this is one opportunity that you just can't miss. For a very low cost, you can beat it up like a boss, and she will love how you come through like a champ, like Audra Adesanya is gonna be coming through this weekend. When you Blue Chew in advance, and if you use this week's promo code of XSMJ, you know what I mean, like basically extra small Michael Jordan, you can go ahead and get your first order of Blue Chew for free, folks, for free. We're talking about the free 99, the Kanye low. Before he was Mr. Yeezy with the Yeezys or the Yays. We're talking about free 99, workout plan. And also, right, during the birthday shout-outs, I think we forgot to also include in there Happy Babby Bonilla Day. Right, we had a lot of anniversaries happening today, right? Like today was Happy Bobby Bonilla Day. Today was also the anniversary, also the last time that the Los Angeles Lakers were paying Luol Deng. Yeah, that motherfucker, right? It was the last payday on his contract. You know, Bobby Bonilla would be proud of him. And also, it's also the 3-year anniversary from when Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant joined the Brooklyn Nets. That, folks, is the MyT Sports Podcast. I want to thank you for listening. Like the boy Toby and Wigwiggy says, continue to catch a wave that never subsides. As I like to tell you, though, you continue to transform yourself into the type of individual that you would want to work for you. With that said, from me, Donald Taylor, a.k.a. Mr. Energy, a.k.a. the One Take Wonder. I keep telling you we don't edit these things, man. I do all my own takes. A.k.a. the Chocolate Boy Wonder. A.k.a. the Army Black Knight. A.k.a. your favorite Army veteran. A.k.a. the Brooklyn Buzzsaw. A.k.a. Brooklyn's favorite son. Meow. A.k.a. Mr. You Done Know. Oh, shit. A.k.a. Mr. Tin Man. You know what I mean? Wait, Tin Man? Mr. Lion? I ain't trying to be the cowardly lion, no, but, you know, whatever. We gonna take that one out the nicknames. Alright? You know, we, Mr. Nate Dogg School of Medicine. A.k.a. the Say Hey Kid. A.k.a. you know, no, seriously. But I know you've been hit. I know you get caught up in it, right? And you was here vibing with me, but that was me giving you your opportunity to do your thing. But please, ayo DJ MyT, so I can stop rambling. Can you play the outro for me?
Sorry, B. I tried.
I know you did.
Honest.
I know. Say that every podcast.
All the bandwidth in the world couldn't keep me contained. No lag, no lag. Gonna share my talents with Podbean Live. Always knew I'd take the pod there. Just a lot later than a lot of listeners thought. Last of the real gabbers. Well, maybe not the last. Munchkin got good mic skills. New, improved MyT Podcaster. Potty down now. Last call for drinks. Bars closing. Sun's out. Heard the casino got a buffet breakfast. Don't wanna go far. Wild night. Tired, B. Tired. MyT
Sport.